So we've officially crossed the halfway point, and I've been thinking a lot about the topic at hand, which is what have we learned thus far? And for me, it's really been kind of a shock. When I came into this, I looked at marketing more as an advertising thing, as more of a pushing the brand, pushing the product, getting people to buy, and make some money in the process. Um, but marketing goes much deeper than that now. I have to say that was the first thing that really got to me was how marketing starts like during the planning phases of the product that you're wanting to sell. How important that research is, that feedback, whether it be for post-release products where you're getting feedback on a product, like I don't like this, I don't like that, so that way you can develop upgraded versions in the future. A case in point would be the iPhone. A lot of people wanted a bigger screen. And after getting a lot of that feedback, Apple was like, okay, hey, here's the Plus version. Or they removed the bezel for the iPhone 10. So it, again, pushed their product forward based on feedback. Or, hey, I want a longer battery life. Okay, well, we got a battery that'll last forever. It doesn't, but you know what I mean. It still has an effect on how a company, a firm, a manufacturer, a supplier plans the product. Um, and I think that's the one thing that I kept missing up until we got into this class was just how vital research goes. It's more than just, hey, if we made this product, would you buy it? It's more of a, you know, what do you want out of this product? If I was to make a product that solved this need, what do you want out of it? But also, how's this going to affect our bottom line? Is it going to be too expensive to advertise? Is it going to be too expensive to evaluate and change? So if something goes completely wrong, it's really going to be all chips around the table from the start. So is it going to be risky? When I go out there and gather data, what segments am I going to use? Am I going to go by age? Am I going to go by region? Or am I going to go by, someone's using a product in this manner versus this manner? Or it's management. What really got me with that is the management of marketing. It's just it's so far in depth, in to the point where I was like, did I know anything about it in the first place? Outside of, yeah, you use it to push products, and that's the funny part to it. Um, Another big thing to it for me was how really when it came to solving issues, how important creativity is. If you look at any of our case studies, our marketing product is one giant problem-solving question, and it requires creativity. It takes the ability to sit down and look at a situation and say, okay, this product, this service or this location is not working. It's not making money. Let's look at everything and compare it to competitors. So this competitor is doing A, this competitor is doing B. Okay, that's great. They're really close to each other. We're way off in left field. Like maybe our product costs too much money in comparison to other competitors for what we have. Or maybe our location's inconvenient to get to. Like, for example, wineries are guilty of this, but I understand why. You know, people ask, I've been to dozens and dozens of breweries across the state and in other states, but wineries not so much because they're hard to get to. They're way out in rural areas, and they can be really out of the way. Um, so you have to think, okay, when I do this, am I going to be able to plan ahead and put proper signage up? Am I going to be able to advertise our location and plan for our location to be accessible to customers? Um, so it really, the biggest thing that I have learned across this whole thing was how important, how everything starts at the planning phase, and how marketing is literally hand-holding the product or services life cycle from start to finish. Market if it's a child, marketing is the parent, um, and the most successful products are going to have good marketing behind it. That means good research, good utilizing feedback in an appropriate manner, if a customer base is screaming, we don't like this, okay, let's make changes to the next product to fix that. Or, if, a focus group, you get a focus group of people testing a product out and they say, I don't like this about the feature. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board before we release it so that way we can appease the crowd. Um, I don't know. It's just one of those things of, I think it was more of a shock that actually how much more we were exposed to marketing than I originally thought, and how vital it is for anything that you do. If you plan a business, you got to have a marketing strategy. Um, if you're making a product, you got to have that marketing strategy, and you've got to have it from start to finish, and you've got to have it laid out, detailed, and ready to go. So that's my takeaway from the first half of the semester. We got a month and a half left, so I'm sure there's more because there's still chapters to read and quizzes to take and things to learn and discuss. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys on the final video, and yeah, we'll see what we learn from there.